Hey gang, welcome to 8th grade basketball here at Wallace Middle School B team, and we're back from the Christmas break. Seems like a long time since we've done this. They did have a tournament since the break, but this is the one that's back for the regular season. Wimberley, the visiting Texans, the navy and the red numerals, and Wallace has had a dominant run this season, has dropped a couple as of late. In fact, played Barton in the tournament and lost to them when they had opened up the season with a win against them, so they're looking to get back on track. And Baldo wins the toss, and it goes to three. Ollie gonna pull up and try a three and nails it right off the bat. Didn't take 8 seconds before Wallace finds the scoreboard. And so a response effort now from the Texans. A little one-hand bounce pass to the wing. 11 works his way down, finds one on the baseline, loses it for a minute, and out of bounds by the defense. That's Braden, number 1. And practicing fast hands. 11, catch and shoot from the baseline 3, couldn't find it. Ollie has a board and a fast-paced return down court into the paint. Right side, miss. Baldo, offensive board to Patrick, and he can't contain it. And the defense has it now, coming back this way on offense. Number 20, running point. Pass into the paint. Patrick steals it. And a left-handed give to Ollie as we return right to left down the court. And Ollie unguarded, now a little fake. Little teardrop shot, and he's got 2 more, 5 on the game. So Wimberley looking for their first bit of offense here. To the side, and they work around the horn a bit. 11, a deep 3 from the top and banks it in, uses the backboard, and Wimberley on the mark now. Ollie walks it down, takes a look at coach. In fact, he'll dribble over and pick up some tips. Left hand, got Callum on the wing, and Braden to his left. Keeping the dribble alive through the legs. He moves into the paint, left side right hand, and it knocks it down. And so Ollie's got all the points so far for the Rangers. Coming back the other way. Number 20 doing all the point guard work to this point. Bounce pass. And a swipe by Callum and a steal for Wallace. Ollie working to his left side. Braden behind the back, little spin action. And Ollie now calling for the offense to set up. A little in and out, dish, chest pass back to the top. Patrick off his foot, nearly loses it, saves it with a hustle. Braden picks up the dribble, looking for help, finds Callum on the right side. Little crossover, picked up the dribble again. Patrick, step back 3, and rattles off the front. Callum almost with the board, but it's a Wimberley Texan basketball coming the other direction now. It's that 2-3 zone defense, and a good pass inside. Finds his lane, couldn't get it to drop, and then knocked away by the Texans. A good-looking pass on the underneath side of the basket. All offense works through Ollie to this point for the men in white. Patrick down the baseline, left side, teardrop, floater, won't go. Baldo with the board. And these offensive rebounds is really where, and there's a steal there by the Texans, the Rangers suffered in their tournament last weekend, just couldn't get the offensive boards, and then unlucky off of one's foot, trying to corral that one. Ollie with some pace. 8-minute periods, and a deep 3 by him, spinning off the right edge, and a Texan board. And then off Patrick's foot, unintended, didn't see it. And then 20 gonna try to knock one down too strong, and Baldo's got a board and then throws it away. 11 right back up with it off the backside of the iron, another board, and then a block by Patrick. So a couple of good looks there for the Texans. Just couldn't get one to drop. Ollie inside, outside to Callum. Pass was a little behind him. Now Patrick gonna try a left-handed 3 off the front edge, and a hustle play by Wimberley to get that rebound. 3 works it down now, pass over to 11. Good looking shot over to the right side, 20 open, inside, 1 looking for help. 2 wrestles that one away, now outside, 3-point shot, and good. And so Wimberley's on the 3-point stat sheet. Ollie will work with a slower tempo now and pick it up to a jog as he crosses midcourt. a 7-6 ball game. And Ollie fouled on the way up, and so our first trip to the free throw line tonight ensuing. Ollie, the right-hander, takes aim, first of two, and finds the backside of the rim. This one live, but won't be an issue as it finds the bottom of the net. Fresh feet for the Rangers come, and a deep bench if you'll take a look there for Wimberley. They're traveling mighty. Hadn't seen any subs come in yet. 3:35 remaining in the first period. 11 picks it up. Finds help at the top. Now he'll set a screen. 20 will work off of it. And stolen by Patrick. And then a foul called on the reach. Excuse me.
Let's go, Pete.
So a blocking foul, the call. Ollie picks it up a bit. Trying to work off of Logan's screen, who's checked into the game and stripped. Wimberley took it right out of his hand, and then Curtis on the backside trying to get it back. Dewey in there as well, but they find 20. 20 bounce pass. 3 saved that one from going out of bounds. Now steps up and tries to knock it down. A little short, and Logan swats one, and Texans will reset. Pump fake, back to 20. Little chest pass to the wing on the left side. Good screen. One-handed back to one. They'll work now inside, now back out. 11 takes aim. And a travel called. Feet may have been moving on that pump fake. First time in a few seasons that Wimberley's been in the mix. Played them both in football in the fall and now basketball as well. So fun to see some friends that are just right down the road from the Kyle area. Dewey, little shoulder shake into the paint. He goes with a floater and misses off the left side. 2 goes airborne for the rebound for the Texans and finds 3 on the left edge. And ricocheted by Ollie, but still finds his receiver. 20, little no-look pass out to the side. 1 good-looking bounce pass inside. A nice lane. Now a step back 3, too strong off the backside. One's got the board. Bounce pass inside. And nearly an and one opportunity. One thing Wimberley's done really well tonight in the young game is use the floor on the passes. A lot of bounce passes, and it creates open lanes. Texans first chance at the line tonight, 2, and a pretty good-looking shot, just short. And now some substitutions for Wimberley to keep the lungs fresh. 2, high shot, and misses everything. A little too much arc on that one. Patrick will inbound to 3. And here he comes. Right-handed dribble, right side, through the legs. Eyes up. Curtis sets the screen. Decides not to use it. Crosses over into the paint. He goes. No look pass. Patrick. Long 2, short. And he gets his own rebound. Goes back up. Uses the glass, but too soft on that one. Ollie's got the board. And will kick it back out to reset. Dewey. Back to him. And then 3-second lane violation, I believe, called. 8-6. A Wallace lead with 1:20 to go in the first quarter. And it's number 12 in the ball game now to work the point. Finds 0, bounce pass to the floor on the right side. 14 down the baseline. And a long bounce pass. Dewey picks him up and then rockets one outside to 0. And tipped away by Ollie on a hustle defensive play. To the rim he goes. High shot and it falls. Just under 1 to go here in 1. And a 4-point advantage for the Rangers. 12 fakes, back to 0. Got to fake a pass to make a pass, as they say, and Curtis steps in front of 1. Loose ball, 14 finds it. And over the rainbow pass, now a crisp chest pass, double team, finds 0. And knocked away by 13, Logan. So from there into the floor, Wimberley inbounds, 12. Hangs the ball on his hip for a second, but dodges any danger, and they work it out to the outside. 12, catch and shoot, baseline, knocks it down, he's got it. And just like that, Wimberley pulls it within 1 as the clock under 10 seconds. Dewey drives in, over to Patrick, left side, couldn't get it to go, swats a rebound, and the foul call, it'll go Wimberley's way. 5 41/100ths of a second on the first quarter clock. 12 takes a peek, and he'll take the long 3 and put it up high on the glass. A 1-point game as we head to 2. Chapter 2 of this Tuesday night special, and it's a tight one. Here comes 12 from the Texans with a deep pass and off the hands of 30 and out of bounds. Saw his man, but perhaps a little ambitious. And Dewey, as Ollie takes a break, will bring this one down court, looking for Baldo on a run and right side, too strong on the tip. Patrick can't get it, does get his rebound, kicks it back out, and that's going to be a backcourt.
Go get it.
And Dewey will just corral it before Wimberley can and incur the penalty. A great run by Baldo and eyes to see it by Dewey. They just couldn't capitalize on it, and Patrick swipes and steals one on the inbound, but then gives it back to the Texans. 12, step up, long 2, and off the backside iron. An offensive board, 14, dribbles around the right side, down the baseline, kick it back to 0, pump fake, Braden bumps him, rolls one back to him, and now the three-point shot taken, and it was close. Callum secures the rebound, underhand fires one to Coach Yanez. He's not playing, and he gets an earful from the coach saying put 2 hands on it and make a good pass. 12, hot pass, stepped in front of by Patrick and tried to save it, does, but 14 there waiting on it and mails one over the top. 15 there to catch it, and they'll reset and go again. 12 trying to drive, jump stop. And right at his feet finds 12, into the paint he goes, right side, a little strong, and Baldo's got the board. And then a reach-in foul called on 30 as he might have struck skin. Little chit-chat between Dewey and Patrick as this ball is brought down. A 10-9 effort. Callum acts like he wants to drive, then picks it up. Finds Brayton, no! 12 steps in front, and it's a fast break from the left side. Right-handed layup, too strong, has help, and this ball off the edge of the backboard. Dewey slams one and steals one. Patrick trying to corral it, and 15 is who comes up with it, and 12 has it back. Finds his man under the glass. Too strong again, and they just can't capitalize. They're in place, and then a rocket laser to Dewey, but 15 grabs that one. 12 has it going the other way, and then mails one into the bleachers. Look alive, folks. It's Wimberley who calls the timeout and pauses the action as they try to get recovered and control of the game. Wallace has it, and Patrick down the baseline and just can't find it. And then the offensive board does go in by Baldo, and it's 12-9. Neither team showing a great display of offense here and running away with things, so it's staying tight. 0 over to 15, and he throws one high to 12, who catches it. And 0 calling for it, fakes the shot, and Baldo swipes one at 14, but he's got it, and Braden knocks it out. Inbound for Wimberley under their basket. 14 looking for help, he'll find 12. 12 sends Patrick into the air and rolls one over the top. A good-looking effort, just couldn't get it to drop, kind of the story of the night. Dewey in no hurry. And if I had to give a hustler award on this team, I think 10 would be leading the way. Kind of plays full speed, and you can appreciate it. A steal by Wimberley, 0, coming the other direction. Thought about the 3 and called for the travel. So Patrick and his length, given the inbounding responsibilities, finds Dewey unguarded. Baldo sets the screen and blasts by, finger roll, layup, and he's got it. A clean looking put in from number 10. 12, who's been in command of things on the Texans' end since he's entered the game. Still the case. Pass over to the right side wing, 0, back to him. Trying the right side, 14 calling for it, keeps that left foot pivot on the ground, and they ring around the horn. 15, and it's Dewey who'll be called with the reach. Some more subs for Wallace. And then 14 to the catch and shoot, but Patrick climbed the ladder and got up to grab that. May have tweaked his knee as he winces in pain getting up. And that doesn't look good. 14 with the chest pass. 12 goes airborne to collect it and steps out of bounds. Still some Wimberley players we haven't seen in the game yet. They've got a 10-member deep bench, 15 in total, to Wallace's 8. Ollie back in. Working the dribble, picks it up, and finds Curtis. Takes one step, turns, and too strong. That's been the case for most of the layups by both teams tonight. 14-9, the count. 4 minutes to go in quarter number 2. 12, gonna dish this one, and the backcourt will work. And then tipped away by Ollie. Curtis has it right back to him, and a good display of defense there. Right side tipped by Zero. In fact, they're going to call a foul. It looked like all ball to me, but he must have had a vantage point where he could see something. Ollie will go back to the line for the second time tonight. I believe Ollie went 1 of 2 on the last trip to the line. This one finds the front, then the backside, and a miss. And a couple of fresh feet for Wimberley checking in, as well as Baldo for Patrick. Give him a chance to nurse that knee. Shot 2 of 2 for Ollie. And this one short. Wimberley there. And with pace, 12 wants to come. Right side. Keeps that foot on the ground, and then Ollie takes it away. 3, high dribble, left side, and it's too strong. Curtis there, and can't roll it home. So they push it back outside, and they'll try their luck from beyond the 3. Now Baldo there, and it's too strong. And 41 stands flat-footed and takes that rebound. Ollie trying to steal another one, couldn't find that one. .15 corrals it. Dewey slides over. 15 drives in, kicks out, and Ollie there to knock that one away. And in fact, off of Wimberley's hands, it'll be a white ball. Clock at 3 minutes in the first half. 14-9 Rangers the score. Ollie pushes it up. 10. Gonna take the 3, and he's on the mark, and he's got it. So nearly doubling Wimberley's score now. 17-9. Wallace on a bit of a run. 10 fires one back to the center. Ollie standing there. Logan tried to go steal one, so did Baldo. It leaves the lane open. Reverse style layup. 41 can't find it. And 30 doing a bit of pressing there. Ollie with some pace on the left side, and the reach in called on 10. Dewey pushes one to Ollie, who gives it back to him. Just over 2 to play and half one. Crossover. 10. Back to Curtis, left side. Drives in, right side, and he puts it in. Curtis on the board. And it's a 10-point double-digit lead for the first time tonight for Wallace. And out of bounds, the call there. 41 steps out with his heel. 41 finds his man, gives it right back to him, and then a travel called there. So 2 back-to-back on 41 as he's trying to get a break. Curtis, and they're going to say that's a not allowed inbound pass. In fact, it's a turnover. So instruction being given to Curtis that he's got to actually put the ball in play and not roll it on the baseline. 5 steps out, and so just a plague of out-of-bounds steps for Wimberley, as that's the 3rd time that's happened here in the last couple of minutes. So Curtis making sure he minds his manners and does a better job inbounding this one. 1:49 on the clock in half number 1. Ollie moving to his left side. A good screen there by Dewey, and now Dewey will get the reward of the ball back. Little head fake. And nobody guarding him. He'll go in and then loses it on the way up. And in fact, it was off of Dewey, I suppose, last, and it's a turnover. Texans ball with 1.5 minutes to go. Five brings it down with the left hand, works to the left side. That's the side of choice so far tonight for Wimberley. High pass inside, 41 spins around, heads to the rim, and Curtis catches more than the ball and sends 41 to the line. Trying to cut into this 10-point advantage are the Texans, and a good-looking shot, just a little strong off the backside. Second shot on its way, and this one rattles off. Baldo there. Ollie with the right hand, moves to his right side, and waves teammates around the court. Blast inside the paint, goes up, finds Baldo on the turnaround pass, reverse layup, and no basket as the travel called. I should say no shot as the travel called. It never found the basket. 10 takes a glance at the clock. 54 seconds on it, so plenty of time, and airmails one out of bounds. 41 took his eyes down and may have been checking his foot placement. Ollie off the screen, gonna take the 3 opportunity and miss to the left side. Logan there to get the offensive board. And then stripped away. 10's got it. 2, high pass, finds 41. Down on the post and does a ballerina spin. Finds 10, back to him. And he presses over to 5, head fake. And that 2-3 zone defense still alive for Wallace as this shot goes up. Curtis goes in the air and pulls one down. 16 seconds. A reluctant flip over to 3. And 10 going to try to not let any kind of clean shot happen under 10 seconds. Ollie like to make this the last possession of the half. Tipped away, gets it back, down the baseline he goes. Curtis up and banks one home just before time expires. And it goes in for a 21st point for the Rangers. 21-9 as we take a break at the half. A flick of the wrist and a wave of the hand by the referee signals that it's time for everybody to clear the court and half number 2 to commence play. It'll be a Wallace ball. And waiting for the clock to get reset. And it is. Patrick will inbound to Ollie. And some of that starting 5 for Wimberley back on the floor now. Hadn't seen a few of them since the opening minutes of the first period. Ollie down the left side picks up the dribble and he'll look for Patrick out around the top of the arc. Back to him. And Ollie will use the dribble. Over to Patrick. 3 ball. Short. Callum with the board. Fires one back to Ollie. Over to Braden, it works. Now he'll take the long shot and miss everything. And it finds its way out of bounds. Number 11 with some pace. And Baldo takes it out of the air. And tries to swipe it back. Pretty successful effort so far. And Baldo wrestles one and then finds Ollie and knocked away. He saves it. So a good bit of defense there. And a handoff, and 10-second backcourt violation called. Wallace didn't get across in time. Inbound from across the court for Wimberley. Sends 2 guys flying, does 11, and then dishes one underhand to 20. Little head flake, looking down the baseline. Bounce pass over to 11, sends Ollie past him. Ollie trying to recover. And then a travel called on 3. So nearly a minute and a half into this quarter, no offensive production for either team. Ollie trying Wallace's 3rd attempt, and this one batted away, but off of Patrick's hands. So right to left, work the Wimberley Texans offense. 11 picks up the dribble, fakes, and then ricocheted by Ollie. 3 works to the left side, back to him. And back to 11 where they started. Bounce pass down inside. Baldo rips that one away with a turnover. Callum wrestling for it. And on the ground, it rolls around and kicks around. 20 finally comes up with it for the Texans. Down the baseline, goes 11, rolls one over to Ollie. Ollie works fast, left side. Now slows up and lets the team get in place. Keeping that dribble moving, finds Callum. Callum back to Ollie. And works around to the top. Patrick gonna take this one and banks it in, uses the square on the backboard to find Hayter. And the first points of the second half belong to Wallace. 3, down to 2, inside, back out. Braden slides over, hammers on the ball. 3, finds it, but it goes to the other 3. And Ollie weaves through the defense. Right side, layup goes up, and this one with some touch. Wimberley trying to respond to the 26-9 gaping lead at this point. And then a throwaway ball underneath the basket. Wallace's season record, not counting the tournaments, 4-1. Trying to get to 5 wins tonight. And I believe have one more regular season game against kind of their nemesis, Barton. A long 2, and it's short. And it's Braden who goes up, but 20 for Wimberley finds it, and then a foul called on Wallace. Barton, of course, the school that feeds into the high school with Wallace. And so they get a lot of chances to play each other, open to the season. And Wallace won that first one as Callum finds his mitts on that ball. Wimberley gets it back, and now a turnover. And then in the tournament last weekend, Barton got a chance to play Wallace again and beat them, so they're 1-1 apiece this year, and they'll get a chance to play for the bragging rights as this one off the mark. Offensive board won't go as well as Baldo finds it back to Ollie. And Ollie gonna dish this one, but it's ricocheted, and now a turnover. Wimberley going the other way, and from the backside comes Ollie, and this one kicked into the Wimberley bench. One will inbound this one, 13, the recipient. Callum goes airborne to try to defend that pass. It finds the backcourt. 20 rolls one, but it finds Baldo's leg. Save, but Braden's there. And Ollie will let the defense clear. Chest pass to the wing. Callum gonna use the dribble. Inside, fake, Euro step. And couldn't find the right spot on the glass as he takes his first attempt of the night. 20 weaving through traffic. His own finds two, and a good looking shot just couldn't drop. Mike could have used the glass on that one as the Rangers have it in transition. Crossover into the paint, right side. Rolls it home, does Ollie. And he's likely in double digits. And then a conversation with the referee and 5 to try to correct something he's seeing. So whatever it was enough to sit Baldo down on the bench. And Curtis in the game now, as well as Logan and Dewey. 3, finds help on the wing. Back to him. That 2-3 zone defense, Dewey trying to swallow him up, and it results in the steal. 1 trying to tie him up. Hadn't seen a lot of jump balls tonight. Been close on a couple, but nothing landing. Curtis. Dewey wraps this one up, finger roll, and it was too flat, never got up, never had a chance. 20 with a shake of the head, nobody on him, has room to work. Hard rocket pass underneath, another 1-2 on the bounce. 13, open, 3, it's on frame, and he nails it. Could tell that he had the left to right from this angle read perfectly, didn't know about the distance, and now we do, it dropped just fine. Dewey nearly not ready for that pass, steps inside, Curtis there, throws one high, Patrick catches it, uses one dribble, puts the baseline shot up, rolls it off the edge. And the press on for Wallace, and that dribble goes out of bounds. Curtis and Logan took a peek at the rim, but decided to pass it off. Patrick won't, he'll shoot it, and back edge. He's been a pretty good shooter this year, but hadn't found anything of distance tonight. And that ball off of the Texans' hands. Wallace will inbound, but not before Wimberley puts 4 fresh ones on the floor, maybe 5 in fact. Curtis calls for the setup he wants, finds Callum in the backcourt. Callum, left side, opens up, 3 ball, high shot, off the back iron, but it goes right back to the offense. Curtis, finger roll, too strong. Logan, up, blocked. In fact, a floor foul called, so no shot, but it will be a Wallace possession. Curtis, little chest pass to Patrick, who's got 35 on him, finds Curtis. He'll go and dish off to Logan, and a pretty work, but the ball refusing to go home, defying gravity, to quote Wicked. And 12 will reset at the top. Dewey alone in defense on the point. 0, swinging it around, finds 12, and a jump stop, pass back out, Curtis there to step in the middle of it. 1:19 in the third, a 28-12 Wallace lead. Pass to Callum on the wing. Callum looked like he wanted to pass into the paint, now he dishes to Logan. Logan back to the top to Dewey. Patrick alone on the wing, he'll put this 3 up, and in and out it goes. In an offensive board, no. Wimberley's got it, and then a press. Patrick there, 30 contains it, and took a look at Curtis, and then a rocket to Callum. Callum alone, fast break, right side, not enough on it. Couldn't finish. And some high energy back and forth we go on that one. 14, rolls that one. 12 there to save his bacon, and picks it up, moves to the right side. And Wimberley will reset the offense with 36 seconds in the third. Back and forth in the backcourt. Wimberley works. Dewey slides out to try to defend. Bounce pass over to 12. Carries one to the right side. Maybe got a little too deep, but he finds zero open. Too strong. 14 there for the Texans, but can't find it. And a lot of passing early here in this young possession, but the Rangers now sees a lane, finds Logan, and fouled as he goes up. Curtis looked like he may have had an open lane to put that layup in, but decided to dish it off, and we'll see if it makes do. Foul called on the ground, so just an inbound pass for Wallace coming. Slap of the ball sends Patrick in front, and a turnaround fadeaway jump shot at the buzzer. Not sure if Patrick saw the time ebbing away or if it was just a random catch and shoot. In the end, it was the right decision, though it wasn't squared up. 28-12, we go to the fourth. Final scene here to do. 28-12 to count. Excuse me, a Texan basketball. Looking for the open window. Baseline shot's going to be too deep and Baldo's on the other side. Fires one right away and probably should have held on to it as Ollie really lost it. Then finds Braden. Basketball, it's spastic play. And you're seeing a little bit of it here. 13's hands puts it away, but then steps out of bounds and turns it right back over. It's 5 Hool inbound, finds a long range 10 to give it to. And he likes it back in 5's hands. Underneath, 41 there, blocked by Patrick. A good lane. Mike could have jumped and gotten over top. He was in great position. And then Ollie trying to swipe one there, but the backcourt secures it. 13, catch and shoot 3, knocks it down, and 13's got a 3 ball. So that's the right start for Wimberley to try to climb back into it. 13-point lead for Wallace as Patrick drives in on the left side, loses the dribble, and turns it over. 5 coming the other direction. 13 calling for it. Press pass, got him, and the shot goes up, and he's got the last 5 points of the game. 13 on a bit of fire trail. 28-17, and it's only an 11-point lead now. Wallace had led by as many as about 16 at one point in the game. Ollie thought about the 3, found Logan instead, and then a no-look dish back to him. Braden, right side, over the top, and a travel called. So 5 will try to cut into this lead and make it a single-digit advantage. 13's got the hot hand. Bounce pass back to him. And 5 at the top. 10 left-handed press pass. And then 4 gives it back to him. A deep 3. Steph Curry style, and he finds it! And the last 8 points of the game belong to the Texans. They're on an 8-0 run. 28-20, and it's just an 8-point difference. And this is what fourth quarters are made of. Baldo makes a run, calls for it. 5 strips him and comes away with it. Ollie tries to take it back, and Patrick ends up with it. And then looking for help. And a foul called on Wimberley. So this game was 28-12 just a few short minutes rather, but Wimberley has cut into it. Inbound underneath the Ranger basket. Patrick fires to Braden in the backcourt. Collects the dribble, 4 comes out to guard him, and 10 rather, steps in front of the pass and steals that one. Behind 4, keeps it alive, 41, dishes to 5 and a travel call. 5:22 in the game. Ball in the hands of the favored point, number 3, Ollie. Works the left side, finds Dewey, and then a nice little dish off to Baldo, who's waiting under the basket to put that one in. It's those little short layups by both teams, frankly, that just have not dropped tonight. That's kept this score pretty modest. And it's back to a 10-point lead for Wallace. 13 sends Patrick airborne, puts this one up. We'll call that a pass. 14 couldn't find it, and Baldo's got the rebound. 10 comes up with the try to press it. Ollie works the dribble. Dewey was looking to set the screen. Ollie didn't need it, and now dishes one off to him. Ollie into the paint he goes, lays one up and rolls one over the rim. So the 8-0 run silenced now by a 4-0 run by Wallace. 4 finds an open 10 on the point. And now 13, who knocked one down from here earlier, couldn't find it again. Patrick goes up and just out-muscles that one. 5 gonna try to press now. Ollie works to the left side. Through the legs, now accelerates into the paint. Puts one out to the outside. Dewey's standing there calling for it and gets rid of it to Patrick on the wing, and 10 slaps at one. Shot goes up, little deep. Baldo couldn't quite reach the board, and Forrest got it. Texans fire one down. And now out to the top. 10 will try to take this one and misses to the left side, just didn't have enough on it. So a fresh 5 come in. Wimberley playing the game of fresh lungs rather than the hot hand. And the full court press on now. And then a reach in as the referee asks him, why are you doing that? Ollie finds Braden. And Braden, as he's getting double teamed, looking for help, finds Patrick. Patrick, couple dribbles on the floor, slapped away by 11, ball loose. 2, trying to steal it, and does save it, but it's back in 22's hands. Patrick to Dewey. Dewey, a step inside, goes up, and fouled in the act of shooting. Dewey's first time to the line tonight. In fact, not a whole lot of line shooters from this game as a whole, and it's short off the front iron. 12-point spread. Dewey trying to increase it here on shot 2 of 2, and no basket as Ollie steps across the 3-point line, creating the violation for the offense. Yeah. Callum checks in for Braden, gonna try to ride this one out. Second shot, off to the mark to the left. 11 rebounds, couldn't put it in on the follow through. Gives it to Ones. Texans still alive underneath, dribbles in, this one goes up, and just unlucky, can't find it. Home, and now it goes. 34-22, Ollie holds it, and Patrick collects. Makes a run, he's got Dewey running free on the left side. Ball loose and lost. 3, responding. Ricocheted, and Curtis there to take advantage of Ollie's deflection. Dewey steps up, and he's gonna take a 3, and it's gonna be short. Callum there to follow up and put it in. How about the hustle from 4? Almost just like they drew that one up. I'll miss off the glass. You be there to get it on full speed run. Now 3 will take one, and it's on frame, but too long. Offensive board, and just won't roll. It's been the story of the Texans' night. And there it is again. Patrick trying to wrestle it free, and then a collision there on the far side, and out of bounds is Ollie's foot with the ball in his hands. That's a Texan basketball. Under a minute to go, a 36-22 game. 11 dribbles in, pretty shot, and follow through, and has another one. And he's got at least 6 points, maybe more that I know of. Curtis trying to blow by the defense. Finds Callum. Callum to Ollie, 37 seconds, and then overhand pass to Dewey down the baseline. Swiped away, and 3 collects on it. Weaving in traffic himself, finds one on the right side. High pass, too high, and it's out of bounds. Pass goes in, Ollie not ready, and 20 looking for a steal, and then a referee timeout saying he never put the ball in play.
No, he's saying he hadn't given him the ball.
2, fires one down court. Patrick, left side, and he'll take the jumper and knock it down. Patrick's been pretty good from close range. 10 seconds to go, possibly the last possession. 11, who's made some points in his own right, looking for the open man. 2, around the baseline, finds the shot, puts it up, and just rolls it off the top. And the clock will expire. 38-24, Wallace improves to 5-1. Just when Wimberley mounted a comeback and brought it within 8, Wallace pulls away again, and they'll saddle up and reload, getting ready for Barton next week, and we'll see you guys then.